Hey everyone, welcome to yet another Decryptify tutorial video. Today we're going to be talking about Uniswap and how to use the decentralized exchange to become a liquidity provider. The most important thing about today's video is how to make your money work for you using Uniswap. So let's get straight into the platform here. We're going to go click on Uniswap and you'll see first off we have a decentralized trading protocol with guaranteed liquidity for millions of users and hundreds of Ethereum applications. So that guaranteed liquidity comes from users like you and me. Anyone who wants to provide liquidity using the Uniswap protocol can do so. It is an open platform for anyone that has access to the Ethereum network. So let's take a closer look at the protocol itself by clicking on the app, and it's going to take us to our swap page. So on the swap page here, it's going to show you Ethereum, and it's going to ask you what token you would like to swap your Ethereum into. So in my eyes, the best liquidity pool that you can be providing to is the wrapped Bitcoin Ethereum pool. I'm sure you could have guessed that my two favorite cryptos are going to be the best pool for you to be providing liquidity into. So the way that pooling works is you do need a 50-50 ratio of each asset when you're pooling. So if you're providing one Ethereum, you have to be providing 0.0373613 Bitcoin as well whenever you pool your liquidity. And you can easily on the platform, you can make your trade. If you have one Ethereum and you wanted to provide, you could just go ahead and split it in half and then pool it. But keep in mind, your transactions do incur a transaction fee. We've gone over those transaction fees in another video. There will be a link below if you need a refresher on how the transaction fees work. So let's go over to the pooling side here. Once you have a 50-50 split of your assets that you're looking to pool, we're just going to click the Add Liquidity button, and we will go to Wrapped Bitcoin again. So once again, if you wanted to provide 1 ETH, you would have to provide 1 point, and this number does change constantly because the markets are constantly open and there are users trading, so this numbers will always be different, and that's where impermanent loss comes in. Because of the nature of how these markets work, if any one of these assets goes up or down, your position in them will change depending on the way the market leans. So if more people are buying Ethereum and they're selling their wrapped Bitcoin into your liquidity pool, you're going to end up having more Bitcoin than Ethereum than when you started. And vice versa, if more people are buying Bitcoin and selling their ETH, you're going to end up having more ETH in your liquidity pool. More on that if you go to the homepage, and you can go to the white paper. This is a great concept that you should be looking at with any project. If they don't have a white paper and the white paper is not clear what their mission is, most likely they're a scam. So reading white papers is something that you might become acquainted with if you are interested in looking for projects yourself. I definitely suggest checking out white papers for any project that you're interested in. And also, the white paper will explain how the math works behind providing liquidity, how impermanent loss works. It also goes over some features of the platform, like if you're very smart with math, you stand to make a lot of money using the flash swap system. The protocol fee. Beyond the fees that you pay whenever you're creating a transaction on the Ethereum network, if you're using the platform to swap tokens, there is a protocol fee. It's currently set to 0.03%, and that amount is distributed back to all liquidity providers. And this section of the white paper goes over how that works, how it keeps track of all the fees that you've accumulated. So just know that if you have questions about how a project works and it's not answered in the white paper, that's where the community comes in. That's where you want to go back. You want to go on Twitter, you want to ask your question, you want to join their Discord, you want to check out the support. You just want to look for ways to get your questions answered. If you're not getting your question answered, most likely you should not be investing in that project. So just keep that in mind. So back to the platform, and also you can see here this liquidity provider fee. This is the amount that goes back to all users that have a position in the particular liquidity pool that you're trading on. If you have already provided your liquidity by connecting your wallet, sharing your 50-50 split of your assets to the liquidity pool, then great. Now we can go back to the top of the page. We can click on the three dots and we can go to the analytics. And we can check out accounts, and you can see your accounts here. So if you type in your address here and you load your account details, it will show you your position, how much liquidity you're providing, how much fees you've earned, and when you scroll down, you'll be able to see your exact position with how much of each asset you currently hold, as well as how much of each asset you have earned through your liquidity providing. Let's just go back to the overview page and we'll talk a little bit about Uniswap now. The liquidity is probably the biggest part of the platform. Without the liquidity, you cannot facilitate a trade. And you can see that this platform has not even been active with more than $20 in it for a year yet. So this is a really great time to get involved and to start learning about how liquidity works, how to provide liquidity, basically providing a position and you're just holding it forever. So the Bitcoin and Ethereum that is being provided to this platform, most likely it's something that you're going to want to be adding into there for years. It's not something that you're going to want to be going in and out of the position because it does accumulate based off of every single trade. So you can see your assets change on the minute sometimes. One of the biggest eye-opening things lately is the GME debacle that's happened on the stock market and how GameStop, they stopped trading because there was a lot of risk to the platform, and then they start talking about T+2 and how it takes time to settle transactions in the real world. Blockchain is different. All transactions are settled immediately. There is no T+2. There's no waiting for my funds to hit your bank to go through an intermediary to be settled by both parties. It all happens as soon as the transaction is completed. So this brings to light a lot of new opportunities with trading, and Uniswap has been one of the forerunners of total value locked on DeFi Pulse. Stay tuned in the next video for more on DeFi Pulse. Thanks for tuning in to today's Decryptify tutorial video that goes over Uniswap and becoming a liquidity provider. If you have questions, always feel free to drop a line to us on Discord, which is at the top right here. So have a great one, everyone. Bye.